Are you ready to hear a new Bible story? I sure am. I have my listening ears on and everything. My big ears are pretty cool, aren't they? But you know something? I don't feel like I hear any better with big ears on. I still have to listen carefully to hear things. And I thought big ears would give me super hearing. Oh well. In today's Bible story, someone kept hearing someone call their name. He had to be listening to find out who it was. This story takes place in the time of the judges. Remember hearing about the judges last week? God raised up leaders called judges to help Israel follow him. In the book of 1 Samuel, we learn about the last 2 judges. Let's learn about them right now. Today's story is from 1 Samuel chapters 2 and 3. In the time of the judges, one of the last of them was a man named Eli. He was a great guy, but his 2 sons, Hophni and Phinehas, were not. In fact, they didn't even know God. Because of that, they would steal food from the sacred altar of sacrifice without any guilt. That food was meant to be a gift to God, but Eli's sons were taking it for themselves. When their dad, Eli, heard what they were doing, he told them to stop. Unfortunately, Eli's sons didn't listen to their father and kept stealing from God. At the same time, there was a boy named Samuel who loved God and served him by helping Eli in the tabernacle where they lived. One night, Samuel laid down to sleep. As he tried to sleep, Samuel heard a voice calling out to him,
"Samuel, Samuel."
He ran to Eli and said, "Here I am, you called me." But Eli just looked at him confused and said, "I didn't call you." Samuel went back to sleep again, but moments later, it happened a second time.
"Samuel, Samuel."
So once again, Samuel jumped up from bed. Again, Samuel ran over to Eli. "Here I am, you called me." But Eli, even more confused, said, "I didn't call you. Go back to sleep." So again, Samuel went to bed, but it didn't last long before he heard the voice again.
"Samuel, Samuel."
Once again, Samuel went to Eli thinking it must be him. This time, Eli realized what was happening. It was God who was calling Samuel. So Eli told Samuel, "Go lie down again. If someone calls out to you this time, say, 'Speak, Lord, I am listening.'" So Samuel went and lay down in his place. Shortly after laying down again, the voice returned. This time, Samuel did as Eli had instructed. Samuel replied to the voice, "Speak, Lord, I am listening." Now that he was listening to God's voice, God told Samuel what he had to say.
"Pay attention, for something terrible is about to happen to Eli's sons. They have made a joke of my sacrifices and offerings, and Eli has failed to stop them. Because of this, all the men in their family will die young. In fact, Eli's sons will die on the same day."
The next morning, Eli called to Samuel and asked what God had told him. It wasn't good news, but Samuel told Eli everything. And a short time later, it was just as God had said. Eli's sons, Hophni and Phinehas, were killed in battle with the Philistines. When Eli heard about how his sons had been killed, he fell backward on his chair and died. As for Samuel, he loved the Lord and continued to listen to him. Because of this, God continued to give Samuel messages and called him to be the final judge over Israel. You know what I think is cool about this story? God called Samuel by name. The God of the universe, the one who made the heavens and the earth, knew Samuel and called him by his name. But you know what's even cooler? He knows you by name too. God isn't sitting in heaven just too busy or distracted to think about and care about you. He is a personal God. Not only does he know your name, but he knows everything about you. And just like God wanted to talk to Samuel, he wants to talk to you too. In John 10:27, Jesus said, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." John 10:27. In the Bible, Jesus is called the Good Shepherd, and we're like his sheep. He knows our name. He loves us and wants to talk to us. But when we love and follow God, we listen to his voice. Sometimes we also need to listen to his voice as we pray. We get so busy talking to God that we forget to listen. A conversation should go two ways, right? One person talks and the other person responds. I encourage you, the next time you pray and talk to God, take time to listen. God will respond. Maybe say what Samuel said. "Speak, Lord, I am listening." He loves hearing from us, but he wants to speak to us too. Make sure we are listening for his still small voice. And you don't even need giant ears.